In the production system, in a practical case, you can say, we can't load the complete file in a one go. Or if we are loading any kind of data, and in most cases we have to load that data in the form of incremental way. What we call the incremental, for example, by ingesting some data. Now, yesterday also you have run the job and you ingested some data. So, for example, at yesterday at the 4 p.m. you ran the job. Now, when you will run that job today, so data after the 4 p.m. will only ingest into the system, not the data before 4 p.m. If you ingest the data before 4 p.m., then it will have the duplicate entries, or if not, it can unnecessarily compute the power of your system. So what we suggest, to make your system optimized or to make things faster or to remove the duplicate data, we only load that data which haven't been loaded till now. Now the concept comes the incremental file. How we do that? To create the incremental pipeline, in the first step we would require the globe. Globe is the important library. We will see how it will work. In the first step, we are loading all the files in the folder. It is not an incremental pipeline right now. It is just we are loading all the files from the specific folder. Let's have a view of the folder. So this is the folder. Inside this folder, we have this files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the 5 files which we want to load. Now, how to load these files in a one go? Again, I am saying it is not an incremental type we are studying. In the first step, we will load all the files from the folder. Just to load the file, we have to check whether the format is CSV or not. Okay, so what we will do, to the globe. Globe is used to find the patterns for the file. For example, you want to search any file, so it will help you using the patterns. For example, here what we are saying, in the file path, this is the file path till the folder. We didn't specify the specific file, we will specify the folder. After that, we added the plus sign and asterisk.csv. What asterisk does? Asterisk means it can be anything between this path and the .csv. So for example, file 1.csv, file 2.csv, file 3.csv, this can be anything. But this will be possible only to a globe. So this is the important ones. Now once we got the files, we got all the 4 files as an object. Now to that object, we will get the path of each file, and using that path we will load the CSV file. It means, for example, file 1 will have a path / file 1 .csv. Similar for file 2, and that all data frame will be appended into a empty list. Now we will append all the files together. It's your choice. If you want to append, you can append, or if you want to concat, you want to concat, or you want to take as a separate file also, as a separate data frame for each file, then that will also be possible. Thus we have to tweak the code a little bit. This is the concept of loading the file, all the files in a folder. Now comes the main part, incremental type. For example, these are the 4 5 files which we are loading or which we are updating on a daily basis. For example, let's take an example. This is the orders file. Our automobile company's vendor just update this 4 files for the parts, for the automobile parts. Now those update happens at 9 a.m. sharp every day. So at 9:30 this job will run and will update the database according to the changes. But how we will do that? Not every time we will load all the files completely. This can slow your system because loading each file completely can make a lag or will consume more power and time. So what we will do, we will load that incrementally. We will check whether there are some changes or not in that file. If there are any changes, then only we will read that file. Now comes the incremental pipeline. Now incremental pipeline will look at each file and will figure out whether there are any changes or not. If there are any changes after the last ingestion time, then only we will load that file. For example, file 1 was loaded yesterday at 9:30 am, and after that there is a change at 1:30 pm. So we have to load that file. In the file 2, we don't have any changes, so we will not load that file. But how to test this activity? That's a major concern. So for this, we have the incremental pipeline. This is the process, you can say. For the incremental pipeline, what we need a log file also. Log file, where it is needed? To the log file only, you will examine like at what time yesterday you have done the changes. And using this file, you will compare the metadata of the file so that you can compare. Yes, we have loaded the file yesterday at 9:30 am and changes were done at 1:30 pm. You will compare the log file. Let's understand this concept in a detailed way. First, this is the path of your folder. Let's have a look at the folder. This is the folder. You can see here it is a log file, and these are the 4 files which we require. Now, before moving forward, we will load the log file first. OS. What will do OS? OS will help you in accessing the files in the Windows. If os.path.exist full path log file. What is the full path log file? It is the complete file path. If the log file is present, what do we mean by the log file is present? If we are doing this activity first time, then we don't have the log file generated. Okay, so this step can give you error. So to overcome that, we say if we do have this path, then only we will load the log file into a log_df data frame. Else, we will make the empty data frame. Why we are making the empty data frame? We will give the values here in the end of the process, and we will create the log file, so that in second step onwards, we can load that file easily. Let's have a look at the log file first, how it looks and what it stores. You can see it has the file name, modified time, process time, and the status. Modified time is the when I have done the changes in the file. Process time is the time of the process, time of the job which we ran, and which we using that job we have loaded the data into a database or in the pandas. Okay, and this is the status success. If we fail, then we will mark the status as error. Now in the second step, what we will do? We will create all the path. We will create the path of all the files using glob. Okay, now we will get file1.csv, file2.csv, and file3.csv, and the path of those files. Now in the third step, this is the main step. What we are studying, we are getting the metadata. Metadata means the modified time and at what time it was modified. And there can be other attributes also, what kind of changes we have done. Okay, so we are checking the file one by one. For file path in all files means first file 1, then file 2, then file 3. In the first loop, we are checking one file. Yes, we will load that file. Okay, and then we give the name. We are loading the orders1.csv. We will check at what time it was loaded. How we are doing that? Just look at the inside part. os.path.getMtime. What mean by get modified time? Get modified time. And inside that we will pass the file path. So it will give the modified time of that file. Once we got the modified path, we will impute that into the modified time variable. Here we will print the modified time. By default, already process is false. We will make it true when we have done the process. Now compare current file with the log file. What we are doing, once we get the modified time of the file, we will check the log file here. Okay, if in the log file, we will check these 3 attributes. If file name equal to file name, for example orders1.csv, then we check the modified time. If modified time is the same as the modified time at which we have loaded the modified time in the log should be equal to the modified time which we have loaded just now from the file. For example, we have modified the file yesterday at 1:30 p.m. So now when we are reading the modified time today, so it should come the yesterday's date with the 1:30 time, and we will compare, because in 1:30 p.m. is also mentioned in the log file. We will compare these two, and yes, it got loaded at the same time, then yes, true, condition is true. When this condition is true, we will mark the already process as true, and we will break the loop. Now we don't need to load this file. File 1 is not required to be loaded. But if now here what we are doing, already process is true, then we will print skip in this file because it is already true. We skip this process. Now come to the first outer loop where we are reading one by one file. For the first file, we assume that yes, this was loaded at the same time, modified at the same time, and we don't need to load this again. For the second file, assume we modified time is different from the log file, so we have to load this file. If it is different, then what we will do, we will read the file. Okay, we read the file, and we have added some 3 columns, extra columns in the file to check the metadata. We have inserted the modified time inside the main file also, and the file name also, and the ingestion time also. At what time we are making the ingestion. So there are total 3 files. So assume for the first file modified time is same, for the second and third file modified time is different from the log file. So we loaded these 2 files, and once we are loaded and created the 3 metadata columns. Now this comes the main step. Till now what we have done, we have done 2 things. First one, we read the log file and compare it with the current file, whether we require to load the file or not. And in the second step, we have loaded the file if it is needed. Okay. Now third step is write data to combine output file. We have to create one file from all these 3 files combined. So what we will do, full path output file is equal to path plus output file. Output file is the name of the file which you have given. This is the output file which you have given in the starting. You can give any name at your choice. Now comes the third step. We are creating the output file. Now how we will do that to create the output file? Print output file location. This we have done to understand the code, so that when we are reading the logs or when we are reading the history of the execution, so that we can understand what is happening. Here, if this file exists, if output file is present, output file is present means we have loaded the data number of times. It is not the first time we are loading this file. So what we will do, we will use the mode A. A means append. We will not completely write a new file. We will just append the rows below we will append the rows below the previously available rows. For example, you have 10 rows. So in the current ingestion, we get the 11, 12 and 13. So if we use the append mode, A mode, to the A mode, we will get these rows below the 10th row. But if we are using the W, then it can overwrite all the above rows also. So what we are doing, we are using that file path, and using that file path, we are appending the new data into existing file. Okay. If we are doing this activity first time, we are loading these files first time, then what we have to do, we have to create that file. Okay. If path is not present means we are creating the file first time. So we will use the W mode, means we will write the file here. The new file will be created. Now comes the fourth step. We have to store the log, so that next day when the job run, can compare this. It is also following the same concept, append on write concept. If log file is present, then append, else write. It will create a new file. So we have 4 steps. First, let's revise the code. Before revising the code, first see the output. What we get? Check file one by one. First file, this. Check in file time at this time, 30th of April 2026 at 23:12. We have modified the time. We have done the modification. Now processing file. We have processed this file because maybe modified time is different from the log file, or the first time we are loading this. Now output file location is this one. Combine output.csv. Now again, this is the log file location. Because log file, in the log file, for each file we will have a different log. Let's see this. For each file we have the different log. Now this step will be repeated for all the 3 files, and in the end log file will be appended. So there are 4 steps in the first one is we will read the old log file. To the old log file we will compare each file whether the time of the modification is same in the log file as in the current file. If it is same, then we don't need to read the file, else we have to load the file, and in the end we are storing the file into a common location and we are making the entry in the log file, so that next day when we are running the same job we can compare this. Thank you.